Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here, this time reviewing on the first issue of Injustice 2. Now, as you know, Injustice 2 was a fighting game and a sequel and continuation from Injustice, which was released for the PS4, 3, Xbox 360 and other consoles back in 2013. Injustice 2 was just meant to tell the aftermaths of the first game and how Brainiac set his sights on Earth and Superman. Injustice 2 also had a comic book series much like the first Injustice game. And yeah, unlike the comic book counterpart to the original series, this one had a few issues and is kind of ending the series there and there. And the cover mainly has Batman with Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Superman, Cyborg, and Green Lantern while dealing with Brainiac. And the story starts off with Superman in his prison cell saying, "It didn't have to be this way. The war, the pain, all the lives lost, and I think it could have been different. If you'd just been a friend." And we see how Bruce points out that he's not responsible for the blood on his hands, and we do see how Clark calls him out for not really having any emotions in that, and we do kind of see how, yeah, his city's gone, Lois, and his forces, and we do see him calling him out for, judging him, as well as seeing the worst in him. But you gotta remember, Clark had every opportunity to admit he was wrong, but we saw how people like Wonder Woman, Sinestro and that, just brought out the worst in him. And you can tell Clark did try to talk some sense into him, but it proved it was useless. And we do kind of see how Clark points out that, yeah, the world's now his, he can do what he wants with it. And if you remember, during the whole Injustice event, Alfred got killed by Victor Zsasz. Dick Grayson got killed by Damian Wayne by mistake, and also Jason got kidnapped by Superman and sent to the Phantom Zone, and Damian betrayed Batman. So here, whatever's left of the insurgency, Batman is going to try to rebuild. And we do kind of see how Harley talks about what Superman said, and we do kind of see how Batman knows that they're going to have to rebuild the world and restore it to what it originally was, and does want to keep some intel with Harley, but we see how Harley has to drive off to talk to her sister to see how her daughter Lucy is. Just then, a big break-in happens, and it's Amanda Waller and the government wanting to capture Harley and make her part of her Suicide Squad. And keep in mind that during the events of Injustice, Harley was partly responsible for the events of the first game and the starting point of Superman's downfall. So, of course, tries to escape, but mainly gets taken down by Deadshot. And we see how in a secret location, Harley gets a sort of nanite bomb planted to her and becomes one of Amanda Waller's Suicide Squad. Now, there are some heavy hitters in this team, like, yeah, Captain Cold, also Katana, Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc, Orca, and Deadshot. And you know, there's the other ones that are gonna be a bit more of the weaker batch. And we do see how, yeah, if you remember back in Injustice Year 2, Black Canary was sent to a parallel Earth after the events of Injustice Year 2 with the whole Green Lantern and story. So we see how yeah, Dr. Fate returns to bring back Black Canary back, but of course realizes that, yeah, Black Canary's child's now grown up, and we see Black Canary with the alternative version of Oliver Queen, but we do kind of see how, yeah, Dr. Fate has now realized his mistakes. But of course, we see because of a certain misunderstanding from his words, they think that, yeah, he's here to kill her, but we do kind of see how Dr. Fate tries to calm the situation down. And, yeah, there's a reason you've got to pick your words carefully. But we do kind of see how after calming them down, He points out that, yeah, Batman's won, Superman's been defeated, and Batman needs the help he needs to help bring back the world back to what it was. And we see how after Harley starts laughing her head off, we do kind of see how, yeah, someone who seems to be Batman is tracking her down. And we do kind of see how, yeah, one of Amanda Warer's gods end up getting killed. And this is where, yeah, you know this isn't Batman, who says, "I want to thank you for this. I've been monitoring you for some time, and what you've created here will be the perfect tool. What we hope to achieve." What? You think, what are you talking about? And of course, this isn't Batman, and if you've read the other issues, then yeah, this is meant to be Jason Todd. And yeah, in most Batman media, Jason was brought back by the Lazarus Pit as a more darker version of what he once was. And of course, this is him going to use the Suicide Squad courtesy of Ra's al Ghul. And yeah, this is the story. So I think issue 1 of Injustice 2 isn't too bad. Like I said, after what happened with Superman and the regime, you can tell Batman is wanting to try and put the world back to what it used to be, but you can tell Batman wants to be a bit careful, wants to take cautionary steps in not making similar mistakes like Superman made. And again, people got to remember, Bruce had opportunities to talk with Clark and try to be a friend, but Superman always tried to make it seem like he was the victim. Well, he partly was, but even made it worse. But I think this issue still deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.